Thanks for joining another Tech Tips. I'm your host, Mr. Nisby. Today, I want to talk about something here: creativity. What do you think when you think about creativity? Let's go to definition. We'll go to Google. We will Google creativity. Noun: the use of the imagination or original ideas, especially in the production of an artistic work. Similar: inventiveness, imagination, innovation. We're talking about creativity here. Are we talking about painting? Are we talking about art? Are we talking music? Have you ever seen some art thinking there's no way in the world that I could duplicate that piece of art, play that guitar, no way I could play the drums, write a song, compose something the way that this artist did? Out of this world, out of the imagination of the average person. You have to be gifted to be able to put this piece of artwork together. This is phenomenal. It's amazing. Look what I am looking at. This is just, wow, I'm in awe. Now we're going to talk about creativity in the tech world. Well, most techs don't really use the creative side of the brain per se. Most techs follow processes. They look at analytics and mathematics, and they kind of put together a calculation of some type of expected result, some type of outcome. How about if you are a hacker? Let's talk about the mind of a hacker. Someone who is creative. Wow, a creative hacker? How does that work? Someone sits around and thinks of the best art, the best thing you can imagine. I mean, thinking about an orchestra, arrangements, Bach, Beethoven symphony, and the arrangements and the sounds, the dynamics and the music. It comes in, it goes out, it fades, it crashes, it gets big, it gets small, it's soft, it's hard. It's someone that sits around with a bunch of musicians, a bunch of orchestra members, thinking about their next attack, putting it together, putting all the pieces and the parts together, thinking, how do we get inside? Okay, we first have to get our piece of art, our song. We have to get it past the listener's ear. We have to be able to get this hack into this organization where they don't detect it. Their virus scanning software does not detect it. That's the perfect, what is called a 0 day. Your antivirus does not detect it. Your network detection software does not detect it. We got into your network. We get in there. Then once we get in there, we have a program, an agent, a listener on standby, just waiting. Then we have another piece that scans the system very covertly. So that way it just looks for open doors. It goes around knocking on the doors to your computers. Is something available? Can I get to it? Yes. Okay, good. Let me make a note of that. Can I get to this one? No. Let's find some more IP addresses. What else is on the system? Video camera security systems, the ISP password, the computer, the server, the laptop, the Wi-Fi device. Can we get passwords? Can we get access to the computer? Okay, great. We got in. Now what can we get? We can get other credentials. Let's scan the computer for any type of credentials. Well, I save passwords for browsers. I save passwords for banks, for Amazon accounts, for private keys, for any other type of item that is accessed from that computer. Let's store all of that into our database, and we're going to signal that back home. So unannounced, if your systems were targeted, were hacked, unnoticed, how long are you going to go where you were being watched, your systems were being accessed, your bank accounts, before they strike? That's the beauty of creativity, the orchestra, because to them, it's music, it's a song, it's the best art piece. To you, it's the worst nightmare, it's the ransomware, it's I came in and they took all of my files. What just happened? I can't believe it. Wow. Creativity. Some people think of it as great song, great video, great content. Other people, a great tool for theft, for highway robbery, for a hijack, for a heist. Just a thought. Creativity. Well, apparently some people are really good at creativity, and there are a lot of writings that you can find evidence and proof of. Here's a list. Here's a list from a website. comparitech.com. Top 10 most valuable information to cyber criminals. 1, customer information. 2, financial information. Starting at 17 and 12%. Strategic plans. Does that sound like some good intellectual property for you? 12%. Board member information. Wow, 11%. Customer passwords, 11. R&D information. How much time do you put into your research and development? M&A information, intellectual property, non-patented IP. Wow. Supplier information, 5%. Top 10 biggest cyber threats to organizations. 1, phishing. 2, malware. 3, cyber attacks to disrupt. 4, cyber attacks to steal money. 5, fraud. 6, cyber attacks to steal IP. 7, spam. 8, internal attacks. 9, natural disasters. 10, espionage. I want you to keep creativity in the back of your head, because a lot of people don't think, the average, most of us aren't we don't think about how someone gains access. We just hear that it happens. What qualifies as a cybercrime? Well, here's a quick cybercrime overview. This is from the SSLstore.com. Here's an illustration of bad guys committing cybercrimes. And this is a writing from their website. An illustration of bad guys committing cybercrimes. To be frank, the term cybercrime can be used to describe a wealth of different types of cyber-related security incidents and activities. For example, here's a quick hit list of some of the most common types of cybercrimes that you're familiar with. Ransomware attacks and other malware attacks, data compromise, theft, loss manipulation, account compromise, identity theft, or fraudulent impersonations of individuals. So some individual gets impersonated and identity theft happens. Same for the company or any other type of entity. All creativity, sounds like to me. I thought this might be a nice flow chart here. Integrify. It's kind of a joke here. It's every Friday will feature an entertaining flow chart for your amusement. Sometimes our own, sometimes someone else's. Given our appreciation for the new hit show on USA Network, Mr. Robot, we thought we'd feature an oldie but goodie by Owen Parsons for college humor. And it's a little flow chart here. Oh crap, a computer. No worries, it's mine. What's the password? I forgot. You'll never guess. The password is swordfish. Yes, this movie's pretty lame. I'm not gonna go on too much further here. Congratulations, you hacked the computer. What does it take to really hack a computer? Let's go back to imagination. Can you imagine the simplest way that you were hacked is from an insider threat? Let alone you're concerned about threats from the outside. How does an insider threat work? Was it a weak password, the password that was left underneath someone's desk? Was it that the person that's working for your company maybe felt they can actually make some money off of accidentally giving a password to the systems? You didn't realize they know someone outside because they're connected with maybe some shady people, someone that is into stealing data. I think as a business owner, as a IT administrator, I think these are very important things to think about. Insider threats. You're so worried about the great firewall and all the security software for outside threats, but how about the intellectual property? Maybe your company is responsible for housing important data. Maybe it's your own, and maybe that data is more valuable than you think. And because of that, this creativity, someone comes in, what do they say? Make it look like an accident. Okay, how do we do that? Well, give me this information or leave this information available, and we'll make sure it doesn't look obvious. Obviously, the point of this talk was creativity. I hope this helps you to think about the different side of creativity that can be used maliciously. So that way you have one more thought about how to creatively protect your data, protect your assets, your digital assets. Thanks again.